Hello there. I could hear you coming from miles away. This place has a peaceful environment and a wonderful view. Very pleasant. Perhaps a little too pleasant. Look, I've already mapped out an itinerary of my stay. That would be going too far. This place was constructed by magic, right? I don't sense any dangers. And I'm guessing that the only ones who can get in here are those you have specifically invited. If they're your friends, I'm sure they won't cause any major disturbances. Right? They wouldn't, would they? Half and half. I'm just wandering around here and there, observing various flora, as I always do. This is equal parts research and normal life. But I should probably take a more relaxed approach while I'm here. I'll only plan 60% of my typical itinerary. Should you need me, come find me anytime. Of course. Anything you want to talk about? If you let me start the conversation, it would definitely be about plants. Oh, so you're ready for class? Then let us begin with the basics. Botany is a branch of biology that focuses on the morphology, taxonomy, ecology, genetics, and evolution of plants. The basic taxonomical classification of plants is as follows. No daydreaming, sleepyhead. This is what you asked for. All right, I'm only teasing. People who don't work in this field don't have to bash their heads against the books. However, you spend a considerable amount of time traveling and traipsing through the outdoors. It would behoove you to learn a thing or two about common plants. For instance, discerning a plant's growth patterns to orient your position, how to use stems and leaves to acquire potable water, which fruits are edible and palatable, which herbs are suitable for cooking with meat. Hey, what's the matter with you? Is this what happens when you hear anything remotely about food? Ah, yes, your little partner. She doesn't seem the most intellectual sort, but she cares deeply about you. Even if it's only for the sake of protecting your companion, you should learn more about the natural sciences. Sorry, I slipped into training mode there for a second. Look at me, talking to you like you're a rookie forest ranger. Please forgive me. Anyway, you're smart enough to understand what I meant. If you ever wish to learn more about flora, my door is open anytime. Me? Oh, just thinking about some recent tasks that need to be completed. This week, I have to observe some experiments and record their results at fixdehya. It's also about time to draw up the next patrol schedule for the Rangers. Nothing especially urgent though, so this can all wait. So, anything in particular you want to do? Oh, so then, why did you ask? All right, I'll go ahead. Please answer one question for me. Do you want to rub my ears? Don't blame me. I gave you the opportunity to go first. Actually, I don't really mind if someone I'm close to rubs my ears, you know? I'm not sure why, but everyone always seems to think that it would make me angry. Over time, do not discuss ears or tails in Tighnari's presence became something of an unspoken rule. It can sometimes be quite amusing to watch people's faces as they stumble over their words. It's probably for the best, anyway. It might get irritating if people I barely knew started coming up to me and getting all touchy-feely. Of course. They might not feel as nice as you're imagining, though. They honestly just feel like anything you'd find on a regular cat or dog. I give you an inch, so you take a mile. Okay, fine. As long as you're happy. I'd be willing to take hundreds of group photos with you, so a pat or three is nothing. Your gaze seems to have been wandering slowly earwards the whole time we've been talking. Actually, I don't really mind if someone I'm close to rubs my ears, you know? Morning. The day's plans are best made at dawn. The early bird catches the worm. Early rising worms might object to this, of course, but that's just how the food chain works. See, no matter how early they rise, a tree's leaves will still get eaten by insects. You don't hear them complaining, do you? You aren't asleep yet. If you're still awake at this hour, then how about I borrow you as my research assistant? Can't see? This cabin looks very familiar indeed. I see you've been treating our excursions as an opportunity to admire the scenery in quite some detail. Just being here makes me want to start planning my schedule. Force of habit, I suppose. Well, there's plenty of space. Would you like to sit with me and try your hand at writing something yourself? A very diverse range of plants you have here. Clearly you have a keen interest in botany. Excellent. If nurtured, a budding interest can become a fruitful source of knowledge. In fact, why don't you tell me about each of these species? Their growth habits, preferences, etc. Don't worry. I'm here to fill in anything you leave out. I have a feeling it'll stick in your memory this time.
Alright, so concluding thoughts. As I said in the initial in-depth comparison video, where I compare a ton of different scenarios, which you can find on the top right, I think Zach, or Greg, as we like to call him, is actually a suitable replacement for Elliot. Now, is it perfect? No. But do I think that it's not the most outrageous recast, and the performance is pretty good, given the fact that this was probably dumped on him at the very end of a couple months ago? And that he hasn't done a ton of like video game work? Yeah, I think he did alright. Now, obviously you're going to have those random people that believe that they're professionals and everything and believe that the entire recast is garbage because they only heard one line. But to those that actually have a brain, I'd like to hear your thoughts, because it is honestly something that I'm semi-mixed on. Like, I think as a cast, I think like maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. And for the performance, even though that, you know, the burst is obviously downgraded, like the I hear everything, or let's nip that in the bud, the others are okay. Like, when he throws the taunt bomb, it sounds alright. When his arrows go flying, that's okay. So, also the quest lines where, also his natural, you know, composition of him just talking to the traveler, and also the different scenarios where you find him in, where he's either hurt, annoyed, exasperated, happy. You can find that in the video, by the way. I think he did alright. So congrats, Mr. Zachary Gordon. You are officially our new Tighnari, whether people like it or not. For me, at least, he has my seal of approval, even if a few things are lacking here and there, but given the context and given the situation, I think he did a fine job. Anyway, that's about it. Take it easy, y'all. And don't forget to check out the other video.